This week on Primo's Truth About Hunting.
One of the wildest, most beautiful places that I have ever been. Kept my guide service here on Kodiak.
Woo! Unbelievable. I'm not having no big trophy as long as he got a rat. Hey boy, time to run the crab trap.
We didn't waste any time getting to the cook tent. That's a trophy right there. I don't care where you go or what you do.
After that first shot, I shucked so fast, I had one hung. Yo, let's shoot him again.
Welcome to the woods, y'all. Down home with the boys. Here we go.
It's a natural high out back in the country. Trophy rack in my sights, bragging rights on my buddies. If you wanna know why we do what we do, why tell ain't no lie, to tell you the truth, it's a natural high.
You know, this right here where I'm standing is one of the wildest, most beautiful places that I have ever been. Chris Ashley and I will be here for the next 2 weeks, and we're gonna hunt brown bear, Sitka deer, and mountain goats. And look at the weather right now. This is like a postcard picture. It's like being on vacation, but don't be fooled. This is Kodiak Island, and the weather can be like this 1 minute and it can turn nasty the next minute. All that being said, you look around, you see the mountains, and this is an unforgiving place. It is the neatest place I've ever been to. It is truly our last great frontier. And we're gonna bring you some fun and some heartache, but it is something that I will never forget here on Kodiak Island. We're on Kodiak Island, but we're headed out to Mr. Joe Clutch's camp right there. Kept my guide service here on Kodiak. We're gonna be here for 2.5 weeks, and that's our ride out there. It's gonna be a neat experience here. Well, today we get to honor the flying with Mr. Steve Harvey. He's a legend in these parts in the aviation world as a bush pilot, and to get to fly in this aircraft and hunt on Kodiak, you can tell Chris and I are pumped up. Oh, Chris, so he's a little bit nervous when it comes to airplanes. Well, we get landed, and this is home for the next 2 weeks, base camp. We'll take the boat from here or hike from here for the rest of our time. Kodiak, here we are again, ain't it?
Awesome. I kind of like a little sweet in here.
Yeah.
Well, look at that, we got plenty of place to put stuff. It's all right. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna have to be all right. How long are we gonna be here? Like 3 weeks?
Well, it's the first morning, and it's so true. No matter what kind of hunting experience on the first day, Chris and I, we didn't sleep hardly any. We tossed and turned and we talked, watched the clock all night. Well, hey, time's here. We'll get on the boat and we're headed out. Well, after a couple-hour boat ride and moving over to another bay, we spotted goats right off the bat. Luckily, with the overcast conditions, the clouds were above the mountains and we could still see the goats.
Well, we get a goat spotted, and I want to tell you what, you can tell it's the first day of our goat hunt, because it don't take Brad long to decide, hey boys, let's go after them. So we take off up there like 4 to 5 hours, and we finally get eye level with them.
You gotta stop, y'all. I had a couple of shots, but he wouldn't stop. If he'd have been brought, I had a shot facing it, but I just couldn't shoot him facing it. That's not a good shot. And then I had a walking shot, but I just can't.
You thought he'd stop he stopped barely one time.
Just barely, and I was bearing down on him, and he started walking again. Man, you work so hard to get up here, but that's hunting. That's what you do.
Time to go, I guess.
I'm thankful for the opportunity to be up here. I was that close to getting my goat. I just didn't have the shot, and I just didn't feel comfortable doing it, and I wasn't going to take a chance. But we get back down, and the weather gets worse and worse, but Mr. Joe looks at us and he said, "Hey boys," he said, "one thing I can promise you, this bad weather, it's not going to stop the fish from biting."
What you got, Brad?
Oh no, I see you shining down there. How about that, Mr. Joe?
Black bass.
Pretty restful.
Well, even though we didn't get that goat and the weather was horrible, we still caught a whole lot of fish, and Mr. Joe's got them frying up for supper.
Beautiful black sea bass.
What is it, Mr. Joe? Black?
It's black sea bass, and we've got one red sea bass in there. Beautiful stuff. It's fresh, right out of the ocean. And, we're gonna eat that stuff. It's gonna be good.
Well, we wake up on day 2 and we got sunshine. What a nice surprise. We're riding around, went to check a few bays to try to find another goat, maybe even find a goat I almost had a shot at the day before, being a little bit lower than he was. But we didn't. Weather runs us off, so we're headed back to the camp.
You know, we've been riding in the boat all day, glassing. It's raining, it's nasty. We're kind of tired. We get back to camp, I'm looking forward to kicking my feet up. But as soon as we get back, guess what?
Man, we'd have been all over the ocean on the south part of Kodiak looking for goats. We come back because the weather blew us out of this one spot right above our tents right there. I mean, straight above our tents is a goat bed. Rocky spotted him. And I mean, straight above our tents right there. Well, we got him spotted above camp, so we get in the skiff, we go down the bay, we get below him and find a good route that we think's a good route to get up there, and we start heading up. You know, there's no easy goat hunt, period. No matter how sore you get, how achy you get, your adrenaline keeps you going. You're gonna have 4 or 5 hours to spend to get to the top every time. We finally get to a little flat spot, take a break, get a sip of water. We see a storm coming, get our rain gear on, and we turn around, and you can tell how far we've climbed the last few hours. After another 2 hours of climbing, we get to the top. And we can tell it's going to be bad as far as rain. It's just getting worse and worse. But what we didn't know was another Kodiak surprise that hit us with a 50 to 60 mile an hour wind that we didn't know was blowing until we got on the top. They're up there watching. Me and Chris snuck around. It's got to be right over this hill right here. He was bedded up all of it. It was the top. I'm pretty sure it's a goat. Joey thought it was.
Hurry, Brad.
Thank you, boy. Y'all
did really
so
good.
No, y'all did good. Thank you. There. Come on now, man. And y'all boys, y'all some mountain climbing machines. Oh, Chris. Thank you, buddy.
That was awesome.
That right there has been my most sought after trophy ever. I shot him way up there, and that goat rode almost the whole mountain. I hope he still got some horns left and his hiding all tore up. I mean, nothing you can do. He fell off that rocky face and he hit this slope. It's just, I mean, there's nothing to catch him to hold it. You know it?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Billy. I've been calling it the goat monkey on my back. Watch his horns be broke off. He'll still be coming.
Man, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't do it.
I don't care. I get some conduit and bend it, paint them black. So, I got me a goat. Well, we got down here to him, and finally my goat jinx has been broke. Put on the roll, I'm already done rolled forever already. Just a beautiful Billy, probably 8 1/2, 8 3/4. Just beautiful. I mean, he looks a little different now than he did when I shot him up there. Well, that hair was long, but he's all wet now. It's been storming. Look at that, Chris. That's a trophy right there. I don't care where you go or what you do. You come up here where these boys live, and you got your reward there.
You know, I've always said if I ever got the chance to go to Alaska, that I wanted to shoot a Sitka black-tailed deer. And just so happened, old Joey's got one spotted, and we fixing to put the sneak on him.
As long as he don't move, I can see good, okay? Well, let me explain this to you. It's a little deceiving what you're seeing. Right now, we walk up, and Chris and Joey are a little bit in front of me. Well, this deer looks up and he sees me standing there, so I'm stuck. So I just stand still, and he's just got me pegged. Well, Chris and Joey have a little patch of brush between them and the deer, so they sneak around and they have a little hill and get up and get a little bit closer, and I'm just stuck, so I just stay here. I told them to go. I'm gonna film everything from right here.
Thank you. Got me a buck, baby. The Sitka blacktail.
Haven't gotten one of those yet, have you?
Never. Thank you, Joe. It was awesome, man.
Good job.
Man, it was sweet.
Nice. Fork horn with eye guards, it looked like.
Hey, I told Brad and Joey, I said, I'm not having no big trophy. Big giant buck, that's a fine buck for me, as long as he got a rag.
Yeah.
Holy moly. Look how heavy he is. Look at the neck on this thing. Like a Kansas whitetail, boy.
Look at that, he's got a little drop.
Look at that drop
on-
time.
Right underneath that eye guard on his left side.
Oh, but Joey, you gotta take them when you see them. You know what I mean? That's the way I see it.
Low hanging fruit.
There's a big old
Gotta
float
take
plane.
advantage of it.
You can tell we're in Alaska.
Good job, bro.
He's way more average than me, Joey.
I'm glad you're happy.
That's fine, man. I love him. Well, we get my deer all cleaned up, quartered up, hiked all the way back down the mountain to the boat. We're headed back to camp and the boat starts slowing down. I'm like, what in the world? Mr. Joe comes out and said, hey boy, it's time to run the crab trap.
We're gonna check some crab pots. That's pretty cool. Come out here. We saw a whale, we see a mountain goat, we seen bears. We're finna check out some crabs.
Good supper right there, baby.
Just like in the movies here, ain't you? Kodiak crab right there, boy.
As soon as old Joe and Eric get these bad boys cleaned up, we're gonna have us a little Kodiak crab boil camp.
We've been talking and hearing about these Dungeness crabs boiled in seawater. We didn't waste any time getting to the cook tent to get in line for our share.
Look in there, Brad. So, pot full of fresh crab.
That's what I'm talking about. Smell it? The little pieces of Italian bread. You don't care about that, do you?
I know.
That's wonderful. Anybody want a little sliver of
That's really good.
I'm fine, bread?
I mean, like, Joe, you did
bread.
Well, our Alaska trip is starting to wind down, but I still got one more tag left, the old brown bear. We finally spot a bear right on the beach, so we all jump in the skiff and headed to shore. We get to shore and we're watching this bear and he's still several hundred yards away. So me and old Joey throw our packs on and start heading straight to him. Well, after about 30 to 45 minutes of sneaking down the beach, we get our eyes on the bear that we spotted on the far point. I can kill him from here, but he's probably 300 yards, maybe 350. Oh, I know that. Chris, he's just laying down, but he's kind of looking our way, so we're kind of see what he does to make a move as he's looking. Well, finally, after what seemed like forever, this bear gets up and goes down to the edge of the ocean and starts feeding on sea kelp and gives us the chance to make our move. Well, old Brad, he stayed back with the video camera. Me and Joey eases up. Well, once we get in position, I look back and Brad gives me the thumbs up. So all I did was get on the bear and wait for him to give me that shoulder. Joey, that was an awesome stalk. Oh, was that not awesome?
Good job.
God, dog.
Good job, boy.
Woo! But man, after that first shot, I shucked so fast. I had one home. Joe, let's shoot him again. He was sitting there. I could have got him again, but then he hit the ocean.
Yeah.
That's a Kelvin.
Muzzle. Teeth are a little turning yellow, getting worn. Probably a
Nice.
nice white claws.
Good
Good job.
Woo!
Good day.
Welcome to Kodiak. Holy moly. I believe the storm came in, Brad. Unbelievable head on them dudes. Joey, that was awesome, man.
Thanks for being with us on The Truth and sharing with us what we love and cherish so much, this great sport of hunting. Join us again as we continue the tradition of hunting and just living the outdoor lifestyle. God willing, we'll see you next week.
A very special thanks to Mr. Joe Clutch and his son Joey at Kent My Guide Service.
Closed captioning provided by Primo's Truth Cams. Visit primos.com for all hunting calls, truth DVDs, and new products. Theme music for Truth About Hunting performed by Crossin' Dixon.
Whitetail ain't no lie, to tell you the truth, it's a natural rule.